welcome to the Council of Moms. I'm Lisa Valentine Clark. I'm a mom, just making it up as I go along. I've got 5 kids, 1 who lives at home, 4 who like to come and have parties at my house and bring their friends over and then leave. That's the stage of mothering I'm in, but I'm so glad that we have our council today, and I will let them introduce themselves. Today we have...
Hi, I'm Erica Price. I am a mother of 5 boys. I have 2 at home, 1 on the threshold trying to decide where to go, and I am a pantry and a fridge to 2 adults.
Amazing.
Oh, and a washing machine.
Oh, yeah. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
Aloha, everyone. I'm G. I am a mother of 5, and I also have a mother staying home with me. So I get to be mothered as well. And I do have also a daughter-in-law. So we have a house full.
Yeah.
I'm Amy Hackworth, and I am a mother of 3 boys. I have 1 out on his own. I have an adult son living at home and an 11-year-old. So we are negotiating what screen time rules look like
Oh, wow.
if you're 11 versus if you're 18, as well as many other decisions.
Oh, the art of negotiation.
That's it.
Well, I'm so glad that you guys are here because the Council of Moms is where we figure it out. Council of Moms. Did we get into this for the grandbabies? No. Are we playing it cool about grandbabies? Also, no. Not even a little bit. My kids are like, stop it, you want it too bad. And I'm like, the heart wants what the heart wants.
Can't stop.
I don't have it. Can't stop, won't stop. The Council of Moms, where it's safe to laugh without encouraging that behavior.
I like that.
Right?
Oh,
And
that's
as
so good.
always, the Council of Moms made with real moms. So no fake moms here, only the
Nope.
real deal.
We've
I
been
love
through
it. Right? And here's our question. It's going to take all of us to answer it. Are we ready? Hey, moms, I have 1 teenager and 1 tween. I'll cut to the chase. They smell. They both love sports. One of them struggles finding friends, and I'm worried that their hygiene is going to impact them negatively at school. But I also don't know how to help them without making them more self-conscious or projecting my body issues onto them. Good. So, how do you teach grooming to your kids? How do you help your kids with their grooming? Grooming is such a weird word, too. Because I always think it's like, I always imagine a kid just like brushing their hair. Like, that's grooming. But it's so much more. And now there's so many products and stuff. So how do you teach this?
Okay, well,
Yeah, mother of 5 boys. Let's
That's
start
right.
off.
this is
Oh
like
my
almost
goodness.
we've just dealt with this so much. In fact, yesterday I'm sitting in church and I look over and one of my children sits down. Maybe you can relate to this. The front is combed down. The back is sticking straight up. I'm like, go to the bathroom. And why don't you try doing the things that I've tried to teach you for 10 years? And that is, why don't you wet the whole head? Because, they go to bed after a shower and then they wake up with
Crazy hair.
ridiculousness. Anyway,
Oh,
yeah,
that's funny.
I mean, kids can be so stinky. I mean, I walk into their bedroom and I'm like, how did a Cheeto die in here? That's what it smells like. How did it go rancid in here?
Like,
And it
what
just
is
smells
that?
like
Yeah.
BO and angst. It's just, if there's like a scent, that's what it is.
Totally.
But I think, well, I have a few thoughts. I think one is, if you want your kids to start grooming, like you have to start them young. Like it has to be, okay, we take our showers every night because guess what? Then when they're 13 and they're really smelly, they're taking a shower every night. It's just the habit.
Yeah.
And then there's no stigma about it. That being said, if your kids have sensitive skin or they don't need a shower every night, I think one thing that would actually, I don't know, I'm trying to think of how I would have appreciated this as a kid. But I think if my mom had said, hey, I can tell you're growing up, and let me tell you a little secret that adults do so that I can get you ready to adult. Adults, they shower, they make sure soap hits all these areas, and they make sure to put on deodorant. And you know what I mean? Like, let me just, as a little like warm welcome into the world of adulting instead of shame, right?
That's a great way to do it. The best parenting advice I heard of from one of my friends was this: get them deodorant before they need it.
Yeah.
Buy the stick of deodorant before they need it, and you just put it in their bathroom or just give it to them before you're like, oh, puberty.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Isn't it funny how, they'll choose certain things they'll want to do? Like, I feel like the boys will be like, ooh, I'm shaving now, I'm growing facial hair.
Yeah.
Or the girls will be like, makeup, right? It's like, it's interesting how they like to pick up on certain things. But I got to tell you, so when we were raising our kids, we actually lived in the islands for about 5 years. And in the islands, you really have to take care of yourself because there's bugs and there's insects, there's bacteria. And so, I mean, if you're not watching your hair and your nails and your skin, things can go south pretty fast. But the funny thing is, they don't have, well, a lot of areas don't have running water like we have here, let alone hot water, to disinfect.
Oh, yeah.
So interestingly enough, it rains a lot in the islands. And so when our kids were young, as soon as we would hear the rain, we'd be like, grab a bar of soap, go outside where the gutter is, because that's where a lot of water would be. And so they would take a shower right there with their clothes on, with the soap. But that's how, they learned how to be, I guess, grooming is you can do with what you have. The funny thing was when our family visited from the States, our younger nephew picked up on that. And so we were at a restaurant.
No.
Oh, no.
Stop it.
And it started raining. And this kid got so excited because he's like, as soon as it rains, we got to go under the gutter. And so he was out there at this restaurant, standing in the gutter, soaking wet.
Oh, my gosh.
And my sister was looking at me like, are you serious right
Thanks
now?
a lot, sister.
But yeah, but it did teach him those skills.
That's
like,
so cute.
you have to keep your body clean and your nails and your hair and your skin. And when we came back to the States, it was so nice, to have a shower anytime you wanted or hot water, anytime you wanted. But anyways, I just thought I'd share that with you.
That
I
is
love it.
darling. Well, I like it because
Seriously,
it's just
so
like,
great.
this is what we do, right? Like wherever we are, and you make it fit. Like they will never forget that. Like that's very memorable, I think.
Yeah.
And I like in this question too, that the concern sort of under it is these body image issues, right?
Yeah.
Like in the
Totally.
question, she's acknowledging like, I don't want to make them feel shame or be self-conscious about their bodies, but like taking care of them is good. So in a world where we have emphasized so much, probably too much, about how we look, and there's so many different products and steps and things like that, how do we teach our kids how to take care of themselves without that like slippery slope, that fine line between, that's becoming too self-obsessed?
Yeah.
I was thinking the same thing because there's a lot of sensitivity in this mom's question, sort of like, I don't want to, I don't want to exacerbate anything for them.
Yeah.
And I wonder if just that matter-of-fact approach can be helpful. If we don't bring any emotion to it, that it doesn't mean you're never going to have friends and we're so worried about that or whatever, but it's just an issue of taking care of our bodies, and try to keep that as the main goal. Really, this is a matter of taking care of yourself. And so I think sometimes something as simple, I don't know, can a mom say, hey, it's time for a shower? Like as puberty approaches and you get
I think
stinky,
if anybody can, a mom should.
anybody can.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right?
a mom should. And I think just approaching it as that is not, it's not attached to anything else, like, our body image stuff or our own fears, but just like, oh, it's time for a shower. Oh, you're getting to that age, like you said, Erica, where you're going to have to shower more regularly. As much as we can to divorce it from our own fears of what this might mean for our kids or the worry that they stink, we just teach them simply, oh, time for a shower.
I had to figure out like what it was about grooming, like brass tacks specifically, that was a non-negotiable for me, and then to let everything else go. So
Yes.
for
Ooh, I love
me, I was like, we have to brush our teeth, and here's why.
Yes.
Bacteria, infection, all that stuff. Like that's about health. It's not
Yeah.
just good breath. Like you've got to brush your teeth twice a day at least, and here's why, and give them the why, and flossing, whatever. Like we're not we're not going to win that one ever.
gravy.
We can tell
That's
them,
gravy.
but no one is ever going to win that
That is
one.
the hygienist's job.
Yeah,
to
right.
lecture them with that.
But then the showering and the body odor and this is you can borrow this. My kids make fun of me for this, but I still stand by it. Cold and flu season. This is why we do things. Cold and flu season. I would always tell them like you've got to wash your hands before
Yes.
you eat.
Mhm.
And when you come home from school, wash your hands, even wash your face again after school. Anyway, after COVID just knocked me off.
Yes.
But because you've been out, we're resetting. Cold and flu, you touch everything in the house. I'm disinfecting everything. Wash your hands and don't touch your face. That is like a basic grooming thing. It will help with, acne, with spreading disease, that kind of stuff. Washing your body, combing your hair. Here's why you comb your hair and why you wear clean clothes, why your clothes need to be
Yes.
clean. Again,
Clean clothes.
it's also okay, so this is where it got tricky for me because I've had kids who really were super, super care about grooming and kids who could not care any less.
Yes.
And so that's why I was like, oh, I have to decide, is this a thing where I'm like, oh, you should look cute and wear these kinds of clothes. And I like it when you wear your hair this way. And like I dress them like dolls because I did when they were babies.
And it
I've
was
had
so
a
much
lot-
fun.
And it was so much fun, and they won't let me do it now. Or like, I don't like or that's too much
Yeah.
makeup, or I don't like that aesthetic. Like I've had to divorce my idea of and just bring it to the basics, and that has helped me keep it not personal and not body image, but just like have taken the stance of just health and wellness.
Yeah.
That's where it is, health and wellness, and that's why. And then if you want to wear that outfit, that's fine. If you want to wear your hair like that or dye your hair like that, fine.
It's fine.
I don't have an
I think
opinion.
it's
I don't have an opinion.
It's great though that you make that distinction, Lisa. I had girls that are athletes, and they would wear the same t-shirt if you let them every
Yeah.
day, the same shorts, well, I should say one of them in particular, but now she's playing D1 rugby, so I'm really happy for her. But
Nice.
she was the
Very
type
cool.
that
Nice.
she didn't care what she
Yeah.
looked like.
Yeah.
But like
And that-
you're saying, as long as you're clean and your clothes are clean, I mean, you walk by someone who's freshly showered, it smells great, right? They don't
Yeah.
even need like perfume because it's just clean. Cleanliness smells good, right?
Yeah.
And so I think it's important to make that distinction. You don't have to be a certain body shape or a certain type, but you do have to present yourself well, which means brush your teeth, take a shower. And if you need another shower, that's okay too. You don't have to wait till the end of the day, but just to instill those good habits. And then from there, whatever else they decide, to add to it is great. But yeah.
And it is that tricky balance between we shower and take care of our bodies so we don't smell, so other people will like us, right? There's sort of that, like in all dress and grooming, there is an element, we care
Yeah.
what people think of us, right? But
Yeah.
we don't want our kids to care too much what people think of them. So
That's so
that-
true.
That is part of the heart of this conversation is you want to
Yes.
say, listen, no one's going to want to sit by you if you stink.
Yeah.
And we don't totally care what people, that's not all we care about, right?
Yeah.
Finding that balance is a little bit tricky and can be hard to express to our kids.
Yeah.
We care
It's hard.
and we don't care that much. Hard.
Okay, I'm going to admit, I care. Like I care. I've been parenting for almost 27 years, And I care what my kids look like.
Yeah.
I do. And I don't always say all the things that I
Sure.
care about, but I do care if
Yeah.
how they're representing themselves to the world. I do. And that's hard for me. Like, again, I, because I know who they are and I feel like I want that to be the first impression of how other people see them and meet with them. But I realize that I'm not always, my perspective isn't always correct. Like, I'm acknowledging that, like
I
that,
love it.
like
Yeah.
what goes in and out of style or trend or what is important from generation to generation and what that means from generation to generation is totally different, and it doesn't matter. But like, that's why I feel like just going to like the grooming, because I do think that like when grooming tends to be an issue, it can also be an indication that there's something else wrong, like mental health and depression.
Yeah.
And it can be a sign that someone isn't taking care of themselves internally too. So I'm sensitive to that.
Yeah.
And again,
Yeah.
like you're saying, Amy, it's like I want them to care about how others see them, going for a job interview or just like helping their neighbor or whatever that
Yeah.
is. And also, I don't want them to care at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that may be a mixed message.
Do you think?
Yes.
Do you think it might be?
I'm just saying that right now when I say it out loud, I'm thinking, that might not be possible. But that's why I think I talk to them like this. Like, oh, I don't want
Yeah.
people to get this impression, but maybe that doesn't matter. I don't know. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Yeah.
And we kind of talk about it in the sense, because there's a lot of reasons I think why, especially as your kids get older, they want to fit in, they want to look a certain way, they want to be accepted by a certain group, they want to experiment with their sort of identity, and how they look and how they groom themselves is part of that. It's
Yeah.
part of this
Totally.
like experimentation. So the way that we talk about it can really affect their self-esteem. It can affect how they form relationships with other people. Like, it's not just a question about if you smell or not,
Yeah.
but it's kind of where it starts.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
To kind of add to that, though, we try to define the situation. Like you're saying, if you're going for a job interview, if you're going to present somewhere or give a speech or something, you want to be respected. You want to be taken seriously. So at that point, yes, grooming is important, but then you take it a step up and say, what is the nature of the situation and how can I present myself in the best light? But, like you're saying, we have different corporations that have different standards, right? Some people welcome shorts and baseball hats and T-shirts and ripped jeans, and
They don't
others
care.
differently.
Yeah.
And so you kind of have to play that role when you're looking at going into these different entities. But I got to tell you this funny thing. So my son, who just came back, he was in Jamaica, right, for 2 years, and he's coming back. He's starting school at the university, and my husband's like, "You need to have like khakis on and a button-up shirt," and I'm like, "Let's let Dad dress you just for fun. Let's let Dad dress you for your first day." And so he did. He's like, "Okay, Dad, what do you?" So he had the khakis and the button-up with the sweater tied.
Stop
If
it.
anyone grew up in the '80s, the yuppie look, right? I
my
had to take
gosh.
a picture
I love
of
it.
him.
He's
He looked
Blaine
so
from an 80s
cute.
movie. Yes.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, you could be the BYU USA president right now. And he looked at us like, okay, can I go get changed now?
Yeah. Did you guys have your fun? Because now I'm going to be myself. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
And so he went and put on his wide jeans and his sized T-shirt, and he's like, see ya.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Well, and I think that's at the heart of it too, is helping kids, and all of us want to feel good in what we wear, so I think we usually feel our best selves when we're clean, when we're well groomed, and helping our kids find that space where what they love to wear or what they wear represents themselves and, is an expression of who they are. That's such a fun stage to watch that happen, even if we don't understand the trend or, get why Yeah.
And I love in this question that the mom is saying, like, I want to teach them, grooming, but like I don't want them to be self-conscious.
Yeah.
Like, and I like that like she is saying too, like, I don't want them to be so worried about them. Like, cause themselves. Like, you don't
Totally.
want your kids to go out in the world and just be thinking about themselves. And
Yes.
so I appreciate you bringing that up, Amy.
So can I say what I wish I had known as a young mom?
Oh,
Ooh.
please. This
Yes,
is why the
please.
council has been formed.
Okay, so I thought that when my kids got older that they would actually just do trendy clothes, but I find that they dress however they want to dress their whole lives. Like I had a kid who had a superhero costume that I would have to literally peel off his body at night to go wash in the washing machine so he could wear it again. So one thing I would suggest to parents is if your kid is that fixated on something, and they will be, maybe it's a princess dress, it's whatever, buy two. So that you can wash one and have another one
I do like
and
that.
rotate.
That is wise.
And so they can also see, hey, we really need to wash this. It's getting dirty. I mean, it kind of helps plant the seed of what, grooming should be.
Yeah.
Another thing is kids love to gamify stuff. And I wish I had gamified more. We bought the toothbrushes that play the song so that they brush until the song's over. That was helpful because it helped gamify it.
Oh, yeah.
And then something I noticed as my kids got older is as soon as they got braces, like we eat dinner and then they disappear and go brush their teeth. And I'm like, what are you doing? And they're
Who
like,
are you?
well, the orthodontist said that I should brush my teeth. I'm like, the orthodontist, I've been saying this for 14 of your years. Like, what are you talking
insulting.
about? But I realized what the orthodontist was doing that I was not doing is sitting them down and totally explaining why it was so important. And I think sometimes when we talk about grooming, it's just go put on deodorant, go take a shower, go, brush your teeth, go do whatever. And we don't actually sit down and help them connect the dots. That's our job as a parent, is to help them connect their dots. So if I could have done it better with my younger, I would have done more explaining and I would have gamified it a little more. So
I love that. That's super practical. And it as always, it takes just a little bit more time, but in the long run, it has a longer run. And I would also add too, I wish I could go back to myself and just be like, but also they're just going to wear what they want to wear.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they have an idea of how they want to represent themselves to the world that is not consistent with the way that you want to. Just like you don't want to dress and look the way that your parents want you to. Like it is the tale as old as time.
It is the tale
As
as old as
Mufasa
time.
looks
The
out over
cycle.
his kingdom, and he was trying to say, this could be yours. And imagine that it's a rack of clothing and grooming
Totally.
choices, hairstyles. And your children will be like, no, I want the ones over in the shadow over there, not the ones, you know what I mean? Did I lose you in that metaphor? In my mind, it makes sense. Mufasa is saying, this is all yours. And they're like, thanks, no, I want to dress like a hyena. Fine, cool. All I'm saying is just be prepared for that. And that's fine too, because we love each other. And
of all the battles we have learned that we want to choose, the t-shirt isn't one of them. Being clean is is one of them. And, the choices, I mean, maybe there's a line, maybe if the t-shirt is offensive, whatever, but that's, what they choose to wear probably isn't our best, the best use of our influence, right?
Yes.
The hill we want to die on.
Yes.
right. I'm just laughing because how many times have I gone to the mall and I'll be like, hey, let's buy some new clothes. You can get whatever you want. No, not that. No, not that. Just kidding. I meant just kidding. Let's go home. I don't like this game.
But speaking of the mall, like when we came back from the islands, living in the islands for a while, my kids were fascinated with all the choices.
I
they
bet.
go to the mall and it was like, wow. And I remember my son going to Abercrombie and Finch and be like, oh, Mom, this is so cool. And you go in there, it's so moody and dark. And, the t-shirt was like $49. And I was like, yeah, no. And I told him, if you're nothing before you wear that t-shirt, you'll be nothing after you buy that t-shirt.
Oh,
You
so
have to
good.
own
So
who
good.
you are. It's not the clothes,
there
son.
you go.
You know, and
Love
of course,
that.
if we could afford it, yeah, maybe. But even still, I think we have to talk to them in a way that you're a good looking kid. You got a lot going for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you could afford it, great. But that doesn't mean that makes you the person you are. Like, go out there and be that person, you know? So, anyway.
Oh, I love it. What a great way to end. You know, we love our kids. We want everyone else to love them. But in the process of teaching them about grooming and taking care of themselves and representing themselves, we don't want to give the unintended message that that is where their value lies. And I think that's a really great, reminder and a perfect way to end the Council of Moms. Thank you so much, Amy and Erica and G, for being here and being part of the Council of Moms. As always, listen to us wherever you download your podcasts. We're also over on YouTube if you want to leave us a message or become part of the community. And the Council of Moms is a production of BYU Radio, and we would love for you to be a part of it. So please subscribe and send this Council of Moms to a mom that you know will get a kick out of it. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.